Welcome back. We're at the end of March. So if you're new here, I'm Evie, owner and creative director of Evielutions Design, and I help businesses with their web development, graphic, and printing needs. Today's topic is going to be why you should not be messing with your website code. As we know, all websites are written in code, and some sites may encourage you to play around with your website code and try new things and just see which styles result in an elegant or stylish web design that is aesthetically pleasing. However, the design of your site is the most critical aspect to helping you close sales. Because your website code is the basis for everything from search engine optimization to elements that affect your user experience. Even making well-intended adjustments can result in a massive drop in sales and a major migraine if your website completely goes down. So let's go ahead and jump into the reasons why you should not. All right, reason number one, no one's gonna be writing a book in a language that they don't know. So if you aren't fluent in a language, would you still try to write a book or song in that language? I think that you wouldn't. Definitely you wouldn't. Of course not. You would leave the translating to someone who is fluent in that language. Even if you were fluent in Spanish, for example, that does not automatically mean that you are fluent in all variants and dialects of that language. The same thing goes for coding. Coding is comprised of numerous dialects and languages. So if you begin to alter your code without understanding the language that it is written in, you may create more problems for yourself. And in the worst case scenario, you may have to completely scrap the original code and start all over again, which is costly and time intensive. Listen, I'm speaking from experience, 18 years of experience. And so when I first started, I spent countless hours trying to resolve why something wasn't working. And the crazy thing about it, you come to find out that it was simply maybe missing just a period. That's how intensive this can be with coding. One little minute mistake like that can throw everything off. But even in the best case scenario where you are making well-intended adjustments, you may be laying the groundwork for errors in the future. So in turn, these errors can build up and result in costly fixes. I am already predicting some of you guys' comments, but I already know basic HTML code. Surely I can't do that much damage. But unfortunately, web design is about more than just the coding language. It is the intersection of technical language, which is the code, with art, which is the appearance, layout, and visual content. However, just because something makes sense in the language does not mean that it will actually translate and present well visually. And the opposite is true as well. Just because something sounds like a great idea from web design perspective does not mean that it can be translated into code. Another reason not to mess with your code is you may be hindering your SEO. So web design is undoubtedly critical to landing sales. And so with like over 1.8 billion active websites on the internet, it is important to make your website stand out from the crowd. While user-friendly and aesthetically pleasing design is one way to make your website stand out from the rest, those aspects alone will not help you land a sale. Potential customers need to be able to find your website easily through search engines. And by making well-intended adjustments to your website code, you may be unintentionally hiding your business from your audience. So let's put that into perspective with an example. So suppose an ambitious entrepreneur wants to start a small business and tries to do everything themselves. Listen, hey, we've all been there. I'm just now getting to a point where I feel comfortable outsourcing myself. But Perhaps they are resourceful and read helpful online guides written by other business owners who have been in their shoes. And within that excitement, our ambitious entrepreneur uses a separate website to create interesting, eye-catching graphics that include important information. So they have a professional looking image and they are communicating a message. Even better, their end result is, it's easy to upload to their website. I know they're thinking 2 birds, 1 stone. Wrong. Okay. The problem with that is that search engines crawl through website code to look for keyword phrases in prominent locations. So these crawlers ignore any non-HTML code and categorize pages by text. So if you're overlaying text on an image and then uploading that, the crawlers can't read that. So you just wasted all of that great information because search engines aren't going to be able to find it. So without that text, crawlers, they just can't find it, let alone categorize it into a ranking for the search engine. So by putting information on a graphic instead of in the code itself, our entrepreneur actually hindered their ability to be found on even the most basic of search engine results. So instead of using the internet to boost their accessibility to an audience, they have made their website impossible to find, and both by crawlers and by potential customers. Either way. Reason number 3, outside perspective is healthy. So let's talk about when you hire a plumber to fix a leaky faucet. You are not just hiring someone who can get you to the solution quickly and easily. Rather, you might also hire them because they can spot other common problems or provide you with advice on how to avoid future problems. And so having an outside expert offer their experiential advice can be incredibly invaluable and save you quite a bit of money and time. And they may also be able to suggest new technologies or products for you that help solve other issues. The same is true when it comes to hiring a web designer. You are not just hiring someone to design a website, you are also hiring an expert who is well versed in current trends, optimal design standards, and knows how to make your website design accessible across a variety of platforms. And so web designers can help identify ways to improve your existing website. They can also spot potential issues when it comes to web design elements, like when a particular design element does not translate well at all to mobile. These are things that are extremely important to know. It's just like a plumber who can help steer you away from destroying your own plumbing at home. A website designer can keep you from making common mistakes that steer potential customers away from your business. Number 4, just leave it to the experts. I know this is kind of reiterating what I just spoke about, but if outsourcing your website code feels uncomfortable, remember that smart business owners outsource all the work that is outside of their skill set. Trust me, I've had to learn this the hard way also. Marketers are employed to handle everything from social media campaigns to logo design. Accountants are responsible for managing payroll and taxes, even shipping. Logistics are often outsourced, particularly for an e-commerce business. So by outsourcing the tasks that are outside of your skill set, you are optimizing your business in a way that is efficient and cost effective. All right, guys, so at the end of the day, creating a website is more than just stringing together lines of code. It is about aesthetically pleasing design, a user-friendly experience, effective SEO, and so much more. Creating a website is about figuring out how to combine art with psychology and math into a total different language, which is why, unless web design is your field of expertise, you should consider turning to the experts to help you maximize your opportunities for success. All right, guys. So let's stop messing with your website code if that is not your expertise, okay? I'm trying to save you guys time and money. Just let the experts handle it. And like I mentioned, it's just going to help your business operate and run so much more smoothly because you're taking tasks off your hands that you should not be doing in the first place. All right, so as usual, tune in next Monday and have a blessed and awesome week, guys. Bye.